Hola. I'll wait until you all come in. So, it's Madeleine McCann tonight, and I'm also going to ask you all if you think Feral Fifi was telling the truth. Because I found that a few weeks ago, I found that video that for some reason everyone was looking for it. The video where she said she was in a caravan. And I think it was that video where she said something about she was in Praia de Luz, and someone tried to steal her son or something. I'm not. Oh no, was it the daughter? I can't remember. One of the kids, anyway. Um, so we'll be talking about that too. So, in my personal opinion, I do believe she likes to ride off the other people's misery or excitement. And so bear with. Hi, Get Knotted. Hi, Denise. Hola. Hi, Pam. How you doing? Right. Hang on a sec. I just need to quickly get some water. Get Knotted, yeah. I must admit, I do like um, my little gang I've gathered over the last few months. I do appreciate you all. I mean, it's not. I know Tricky used to take the piss out of smaller channels. Not sure you'll be able to stay on your planned topics tonight. Why, Kaz? What's going on? No, Kaz, I am staying on Madeleine McCann. Tell me why I shouldn't. Hi, Jen. Hi, Julianne. Hi, Pam. Hi, Flop. Oh, God. Julianne, I'm reading your comment out loud. Oh, my God. Oh, dear. Right, let's put Kaz's comment up because we need to make this. Is there some sort of breaking news? Fill me in quickly before I start. Shall I just start? Hi, Els Bells. How you doing? So, what do you lot think about the Madeleine McCann finale? Personally, let's leave our opinions on the matter and just discuss and leave out yeah, it is bloody hot. Let's leave our own personal opinions till last, because obviously a new thing's come up about this guy that's now getting the blame. Yeah, Denise, sorry, I only know hola in Spanish, so that's me done, really. So let's get this up. There was some right now. Let's start from the beginning. So basically, and I mean, you can try, but we all just come from Michelle's with Molly. Meanwhile, Candor's been bullying and has waged war with Mole with help of. Oh, for goodness sake! Why is Tricky poking his nose in? Right. Okay. So there's a war going on. Okay. I need to be on YouTube more often. I always miss out on the fun. I saw Julianne ask if I were blocked, Michelle. Right. Well, get knotted. There's your answer then. It's not worth it unless they think you're somebody else. So it's honestly. Has wage war. Oh, oh. So why oh, so Candor is just like dictating now, is he? Oh, it's all getting blown up. Everything's blowing up. There's World War III going on YouTube, and I missed it all. Oh my God. My husband is from Mexico, and I am from Mexico. He's taught me Spanish, he said. Well, Candor's got Diabetes, apparently. Oh, well. Right, okay then. Well, right, okay. What do you want to do? Maddie or talk about the war? RB, you're not late, darling. Don't worry about it. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Pam. Hi, Slime. Screwed. Screwed. I know what your name is. I know what your name is. I won't tell anyone. I won't do you. I'd only be dangerous if I wanted to be drunk while handling dental. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't go and visit Get Knotted if you want your teeth done and she has sorry, you're a she, aren't you? Sorry. I don't want to misgender you and get told off. Yeah, don't get your teeth done by Get Knotted if she's had a few pims. So, just quickly, just what Candace's been slagging off Molly. Yeah, but he was the other day, wasn't he? So is this like an ongoing thing? So Tricky and Candor, Karma. No, no, Kaz, we're calling him Candy. Do you know what, Kaz? Have you heard the latest? Have you heard the latest, Kaz? Candor, aka Karma, aka how many other accounts? He was a woman. And we've decided that his original name was called Karen because he likes to do Karen things. It's a perfect name for him. So his mum called him Karen. Then allegedly, we have to say allegedly, he had an operation to try and be a woman. Now he's got a comb over and dyes it like a plummy colour. Anyway, guys, what blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm really tired tonight, guys. I'm gonna have to get this quick tonight. I'm so tired. What else was there? Oh no, that was it. And we decided that he failed at strip dancing, and his online strip dancing name is Candy. So Candy the Candor. Right, hang on. Right. So it's now Tricky and Karma onto Mole. Oh well. Oh, for goodness sake. Megan's mole is not Atalanta, for goodness sake. Had a good point right on just before you came on. Good. Let it all out. For goodness. Do you know what? They've always been picking on Molly because she's like us. She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit about exposing nincompoops like them lot over there. For God's sake. Oh, hang on. Where did that one go? Oh, yes, I remember. Yeah, and for the record, don't get drunk working. In fact, don't get drunk. Can't handle it anymore. Oh, God. Get knotted. If you're ignored on channels, they probably think you're somebody else. Because I could think you're somebody else. You could be my opponent pretending to be someone else. Do you see what I mean? But I just think you just need to just move on from that now. Don't worry about it. They've decided Atalanta is. Oh, for God's sake! So now they're deciding that Megan's mole is at Atalanta. Well, no. Do you know what? Do you want to know who Atalanta is? Me. I'm Atalanta. Okay. There we go. It's out in the open. Yes, apparently, Pam. Yeah. Yeah, and he apparently he wasn't very good at strip dancing or pole dancing, so we named him Candy the Candor. Mola had a good rant on just before you come on. They say Molly is Atalanta. That Tricky is a hateful piece. Yeah. I'm over jealous. No one ever calls me Atalanta. Oh, you're Denise. Are you Atalanta too? Can the real Atalanta please stand up, please? Although it's me, but don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone it's me. I've kept it a secret for so long. It's been so much fun. Joy do flop tricky and co supposedly got a private detective onto me and going out with Diddley Squad. Oh God, honestly, I know your name, Scrooge. So don't push your luck. Gonna be drying with them lot and Tricky Fiona. Yeah. Mine doesn't take. Yeah, exactly. Tricky can't handle women that don't tolerate his nonsense. No place. It's just no, it's not. It's not. So it's not a nice place. But anyway, let's quickly. Right, okay, guys. I made the effort to take notes tonight so I wouldn't forget. And you all come on here all excited because World War III is going on. So can we just get Madeleine out of the way, please? Because I've written down notes, right? But I was rushing. So, and now I really can't read what I put because it's all like scribble. Oh well, we'll just have to carry on. Right, and we take it. Yeah, yeah. First of all, it was M's. Then it was, who else was it? No, was it? Oh, I can't remember. M's was something, either Atalanta or that piggy person. Uh, yeah, let's play Spartacus. Oh, yeah, they run out of ideas. They go from person to person. And because Megan's mole is just like me and apparently doesn't show her face, which is fair enough on social media. I mean, in this day and age, who wants to show their face on social media with all these lots stalking you, for goodness sake? It's bad enough with bloody pink rinsed Bron over in Australia. It's bad enough that even if you don't show your face the way they stalk you. So what's the point? They know what you look like anyway because they're stalking your Facebook, they're stalking your I don't know what. Um, no, Jen, I'm Atalanta. Should we just all say we're Atalanta? Atalanta is not just one person. It is all of us. Me, Jen, Cece, Denise, Screwed, Pam, Elsbells, Julianne, all of us. Yeah, yeah, just keep reporting. Yes, I believe Tricky is a typical wife beater. That's why no one wants to marry him. A few times nothing gets done. Yes, there's another certain person. I won't mention the name, but Julianne just did, but just don't repeat that name. Well, can't comment on your channel because I could have nastiness my way in saying shit. Yeah, it does. Or you'll get accused of working for Feral Fifi. It's just absolutely, people are just delusional. Sue Smith. Yeah, they were saying that years ago. They were saying that Molly was this. Oh, what was she called? Vixen or something. Vixen. Some tarot woman. Anyway, I can't remember now. Right, you. I'm sorry, but can you not mention names? I'm going to have to remove that because I'm not having named people putting people's names out. Right. Anyone notice it? I'm quite new on this screen, maybe. Yeah, maybe you are, Grace. Anyone can be Atalanta. But realistically it's me because they would never have thought a small YouTuber could be that intelligent, you know, because they hate small YouTubers, don't they? They mention it frequently. A lady contacted me a couple of weeks ago and another lady. Before that, another lady contacted me on Twitter a few months ago and said, like, what Feral Fifi done to her, accused her of being this, that, and the other, and called her a pathetic little YouTuber. A couple of weeks ago, I had another YouTuber, quite a big YouTuber, contact me in the HR department, and apparently, when she first started, like Feral Fifi said, "Oh, silly little YouTuber," but look at her now; she's quite big. So there we go. They, I don't think Luba would. I think Tricky has a hold on Luba, maybe because she's from, where is she from again? Netherlands or somewhere. Why doesn't Tricky get his channel I don't know. I don't know. He's probably sucking the CEO's, you know what. Can I sex everyone for not showing themselves? Oh, for goodness sake. It's got nothing to do with them. If people don't want to show their face, I can't, because you all know why I can't, and that's for a good reason. When things are over, I'll come on naked if you all want. But if people don't want to show their face, that's up to them. It's nobody else's business. Where are we? Right, I'm going to get to the bottom, then we're going to get on to Madeleine. That's it, Bane Vixen. That's who they thought Molly was. Even though, well, we don't know. Molly says she isn't, but who cares if she is? Who bloody cares? When you look like him, you wouldn't want to show your face. Slime, don't be nasty. Pam, right, Screwed and Pam, behave. I'm trying to be nice tonight. I know it won't last long. Yes, I'm quite new too, so must be me. I never went through Hayman Bailey. Never went phase 2 or anything. Never went anywhere. Stuck in a shack with my cat. Can of beer out of the USA. I love the can of beer part. Hold my beer. No one wants to know him because he's, yeah, that's true. I see a large lady, Margaret Crosby, on the internet. Is that Cantor? Probably. Feel the unloved tonight. Well, he's like Kaz said about Bron. Candor also has a very emotional connection. The kind of whatever Kaz called it. It's like some sort of mental illness. Right, we're going quickly getting on to McCann quickly, and then I promise you we will get onto the World War III. So while Kaz is channel hopping, going over there to get the latest gossip, trauma bonding. That's it, Kaz. Can you do the channel hopping again if that's all right with you, so you can come back and tell us what's going on? I use my name, and I have a short video clip from last week when I watched the 40th anniversary of St Elmo's Fire. I exercise my Second Amendment rights. Let them come for me. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure. I'll wash my hands of. Yeah, okay, fair enough, Kaz. Right, so briefly, right, Madeleine McCann, we've got to keep this alive because I do believe, I think the whole world now knows that something dodgy went on there. So basically, family went on holiday, and apparently it wasn't just once, it was literally every night they left their kids 120 metres away from where they were eating. Now, looking at the well, 120 meters, yeah, in a foreign country, that's not very wise, is it, to leave your children? And apparently, that got my back up and other people's back up is when you go on a family holiday. Yes, I know sometimes you might want to send your kids to a kids club, but that's once or twice a week, so that you as a couple or as if you go with friends can make that those 2 days your days of going out having fun, knowing that your kids are safe, and you can have a bit of freedom for those 2 days, but not every day. And the day that, well, the night that the Madeleine went missing, allegedly abducted, apparently they put the kids in the nursery in the day camp thing in the morning and pick them up at 6 p.m. at night. Wow. Talk about, in my opinion, that seems like they just had kids and just dispose of them when it doesn't suit them. They sort of got in the way. Oh, you're going to get in our way this holiday, so you're going to go to this camp thing every single day. Okay, that's really good parenting, isn't it? Sorry, but I don't agree with it. If you go on holiday, you spend time with your children, not dump them in camp every single day from morning until right up until like dinner time. That's really bad. And then the Tapas 7, and obviously she went missing. There's questions over what Gerry did between times when he went up to visit. There's also this other guy, Payne, Mr. Payne, we'll just call him Mr. Payne. And it's also interesting what one of the other friends said as well. I'll just put this up here quickly. Right, I'll remove you, Denise. Not off the right. Jane Tanner. Remember when she reported seeing a guy carrying a girl? Well, that was legit because this man later came forward and said, yes, that was me carrying my daughter because she was tired or whatever, taking her to bed. Fair enough. So I take it that Jane Tanner was staying in on the opposite side of the complex because that's where she spotted the man. But it's very interesting what she says here. Jane Tanner reported seeing a man carrying a child away earlier that night, close to the apartment where the McCanns were staying. Now, if you look at the map, I'll get it up in a minute, but the map where the McCanns were staying, where she allegedly saw this guy, was more than, I would say, it was about 200 meters away. So that's not near, but we know what the media can be like. And of course, the Tapas 7, there's a big question mark over them as well, because I'm sorry, they took it in turns every night to go and check on the children. Yeah, fair enough. But they were basically, all of them were saying all they'd done was pop their head round the door and that was it. They didn't actually go in properly to check them. For example, if it was me, I know it sounds a bit dramatic, not everyone does it, but if that was me and I was doing it every day, not that I would, because I wouldn't do, leave a kid on their own so far away from where we're eating on their own, especially being so young. And the door was unlocked. And apparently the door wasn't in sight of the restaurant, it was right round the back. So, irresponsible parenting here, in my personal opinion. And apparently they took it in turns. But personally, wouldn't you go in and just look at them closely? Do you know what I mean? I know it sounds extreme, but make sure they're all still breathing. You're in a foreign country at the end of the day. They've been to this club thing during the day. Yeah, I know you probably have to tell the people their allergic reactions or possible allergic reactions, blah, blah, blah. But there's always that chance of them maybe eating something a bit rank and it's affected them. They could have been sick in their sleep and no parents are around. And all these people are doing just popping their head round the door and counting the beds or something just to make sure they can see all the heads. I'm sorry, that's really irresponsible. And these people were middle class people. The McCanns they're both doctors, highly intelligent, allegedly. Well, not that intelligent to do that to your kids anyway. But these people, one was a lawyer or was a lawyer. You would have thought these people would have had more common sense in going into the room, at least looking, putting their ear down to make sure they're all still breathing, make sure there's no sick in the bed. Apparently, a lady said, a witness said that she heard crying just before Madeleine went missing. I just think the whole thing was really, really badly planned by them. And apparently they used to do it on every holiday they went on. It's ridiculous. And it says here, McCann was saying that she left the table to check on her children at around 9:15 p.m. Around 15 minutes after Gerry McCann said he checked on his son and daughters and remembered looking down at Madeleine. In November 2007, she told BBC's Panorama programme, I just saw somebody walking across the top of the road. So I was a reasonable distance away from them, and that person was carrying a child. I'm sorry, but this also sounds at the time all a bit too convenient. But as we said, that it turns out legit. The guy did come forward, because I think at this point the public was starting to get a bit suspicious. He was about probably 5'8". He was taller than me, but not 6 foot. So between those two, he was wearing quite a lot of clothes. And that's one thing in hindsight, again, I think was quite odd, because tourists, when they're abroad, Brits abroad would always have crop trousers. And again, with this, the thing that stuck out to quite a lot of people, how did she know he was a Brit for a start? And he had a sort of a big heavy jacket and trousers on and hair. The one thing that I remember a lot is the hair. He seemed to have quite a lot of dark, reasonably long to the neck hair. Okay. Right, so that did turn out to be legit, but what I'm concerned about is at the start, how did she know he was a Brit? So there's a bit of a question mark over her story there to begin with. Now, apparently, I haven't had time to do much research on that. I did see something a few years ago, but there's no admittance from Gerry. Apparently, the McCanns are quite high ranking Masons. And then obviously, Maddie went missing, and someone said something about the kids being drugged. Now, obviously, they're doctors as well. So if they did overdose Maddie and she died and it was a panic, it was the 90-minute, the most crucial time where you should report a young child missing, but they didn't. They sort of left it a long time in that's a long time before calling the people, don't you think? That's 90 minutes is a long time because every second counts, and it's the first hour the police always say that's the crucial part. And remember, Gerry, for some reason, removed the fridge out of the apartment. Why would he move a fridge? They got the dogs in. We all know dogs don't lie, but I was reading earlier that although the dogs did pick up stuff, they couldn't go with that as actual evidence because there was no following evidence to add onto it. So I thought, in a way, fair enough, I suppose. And then as the years gone by, in my opinion, it's got quite political, hasn't it? The government, for some reason, have just decided to get involved. And if that was you or me, working class people, the government wouldn't be that accommodating to us. They would have got us back to the UK and questioned us straight away, got social services involved, taken away our other kids. We would have gone through hell. So in my opinion, this is just my thought, considering as well the detective that later got fired for clearly pointing out the obvious, I just think something happened, and I think it may have been Gerry. I do believe they drugged their kids, and it went a bit too far because obviously they want them staying asleep. They, like I said earlier, they seem to get rid of their kids a lot on holiday, didn't they? And what perfect, drug and they're doctors as well, so they would know how to handle dead bodies. They'd understand where, roughly when rigor mortis is going to set in. And with the fridge going missing, there's a great big question mark over that. Why would the father remove the fridge? And obviously they're doctors. It's common sense to preserve a body, you put it in something cold. A fridge is cold. And Maddie was only 3. She'd fit perfectly. But this is just all my opinion. I don't know what you all think about this. I'll scroll down in a minute. We will get back to the war in a minute, I promise. But the detective, I know the Spanish police, Portuguese police, and most foreign police are shit in general. And right at the start, they really did muck things up. But as soon as the detective got on the scene, things started going a bit more smoothly. And Kate refused to answer all the 49 questions. She only answered 1. Her excuse was her lawyer told her to basically say no comment. But considering it's your daughter that's gone missing in a foreign country and you're responsible for that because you made a mistake of leaving her, allegedly, you would have thought that a mother would have done all she could to help detectives on the case. So no wonder they started getting suspicious of Kate and Gerry. And if I was a copper, I would too, wouldn't you? It's quite a simple thing to do. And the excuse from her was, my lawyer said they're trying to incriminate us because they didn't want to do all the hard work. What a load of shit. What a load of shit, Kate. I'm sorry, love, but you're a liar. And also, Gerry, his body language throughout the interviews, it was quite off. He sort of smirked or smiled, and he didn't really take the whole thing that seriously when he tried to deflect quite a bit. And then they got more government involved. Gordon Brown was heavily involved, and then they set up a Maddie fund. And from that Maddie fund, it wasn't going to the search for Maddie. It was going to they paid their mortgage off with it. Obviously, we have to say allegedly. Media, legal. It wasn't spent on the things that it was originally set up for. So, in my opinion, that was a bit of a scam. But I do believe that the government did help them cover this up, and I think it's bloody disgusting. I believe something happened. Maddie is dead, and Gerry and Kate are responsible, and they need to admit what they've done. And then all of a sudden, years later, because they have to blame someone, they have to, for the public, keep us happy because everyone was onto them. You had this lady, I can't remember her name. I tried to remember in Google, but nothing came up. I think her name's been wiped, I think. I'm not too sure. She set up like a justice campaign for Maddie, didn't she? And she was really onto the McCanns, and she'd really done a lot of research. I can't remember what her former job was, but how convenient that she had mental health issues. How convenient that she unalived herself. Strange that, isn't it? The perfect fit for someone to allegedly unalive themselves when she's getting, in my opinion, closer to the truth. And the same with that Michael Myers. Is it Michael Myers that allegedly killed Joe Cox? I don't believe it was him at all. We've never heard him speak. The same as another, I'm going to have to look at later actually, another thing. When something like this happens and you just think, no, there's something off with this doesn't seem the normal feeling you would have towards someone going to jail for murdering someone. I don't believe that. No, not Michael Miles. He's a blooming in America horror story, isn't he? What Thomas Myers? That's it. I don't believe it was him at all, in my personal opinion. The whole thing was just very rushed, just things like that, And this lady allegedly unalived herself because she was onto the McCanns and bringing up quite good evidence, and the public were agreeing. So, of course, the government had to come in. They had to send their cops over and do this every couple of years, and then Gerry McCann and Kate were coming up. We need more money. We need more money, for God's sake. And then all of a sudden, this Christian Bruckner guy from Germany, allegedly, it was him. Again, criminal record. He's a scumbag, yeah. But and again, a perfect fit to blame him for something he may not have done. And it was only a couple of weeks ago that this British guy in Pride Deluge, said to a reporter, I told everyone it was him. He said this, hang on, mate, where were you to start with? Where were you when all this happened if you claim you have been living there all this time? So again, the government, especially the Masons, have a very good way of covering things up. They'll employ people to lie for them. They'll get the witnesses. And I just personally think that Madeleine McCann, that poor girl, died because of her parents, and their not being very maternal, not being very caring, just wanted them out the way. And to cover it all up, they had to get rid of her and use the fridge and use their contacts and their experience being doctors to do so. And I just think it's disgusting, and I think people need to keep things alive. And of course, his tennis bag as well. I reckon he moved her with the tennis bag because the dogs picked up blood in the car as well, didn't they? But Fifi, when she was talking about her caravan thing, I can remember her saying about Pride Deluge, and that she said she was talking to some bloke over there, and allegedly he said to her, "Yeah, it's rife for child abduction." And apparently, someone tried to nick one of the children. I don't believe that at all. Fifi, I think you're a compulsive pathological liar, and I think you're riding off the back of the McCann story there. I don't think anyone tried to nick any of your children. You're a liar, and you need to admit it. Anyway, you guys, what do you think of that? I'm rolling down now to see what's going on. We will now get back to World War III. No, yeah, it was every night they done it. Every bloody night. Leaving their kids on their own in a foreign country with the door open. My God, what would my nan say? Oh, God, no, no. And they had to invent the abduction story, didn't they? Because they were obviously fearful that the people would get involved and Sean and Amelie would get taken away from them. Supposed to be a family holiday, Pam, exactly. Yeah, and there wasn't there? There was a babysitting service. Personally, I don't know if I would do that, would you? In a foreign country with people you don't know. But if they can leave their kids with strangers for the whole day, morning, early morning, right up until dinner time, then they've really got no excuses unless they were just trying to save money. But they were very well off. They were middle class. They were going out every evening, eating, probably not cheap food either. So and none of it makes sense. It's just so obvious what happened, and it's about time, they either came clean or the police just say, "Look, we don't believe you." But this is the Met we're talking about. There's high-ranking Masons in the Met as well. It's just also bloody corrupt, and that poor detective bloke. Poor guy. He done his best for them, and police aren't stupid. Genuine police officers that aren't bent, that aren't trying to help cover things up for Masonic scumbags. They will get to the truth. And he had every reason to be suspicious because he knew deep down it was them. He sees cases like this probably quite a lot, not from Brits, but probably from, Spain, Portugal people. I really felt sorry for him, and he done the book, didn't he? Bless his heart. And I just hope for Maddie and him, the truth will come out one day. I just don't know how they can sleep at night. These people, I really don't. Yeah, it was every day, and yeah, supposed to be a family holiday. It sounds like they've got that old-fashioned mentality of children. What was it? Children should be seen and not heard, or something. Never left my kids. Family holiday to me was just for my kids. Never trusted them. No, exactly. You just can't make it up. Yeah, I think they over medicated her. Definitely something happened. And her story, I know when you're in shock and all that, people react differently and mourn differently, etc. But that 90 minutes, they were obviously trying to think of how to get away with it within 90 minutes. They're medical doctors. They could think of things off the top of their head. And they'd know if they did walk in and saw her struggling, they know how to obviously resuscitate, but they also know when it's past that point. So I think they came in, Gerry or Kate realised that it was past that point and they had to do something, not spending 90 minutes figuring out a story and trying to cover their tracks by getting rid of the body somehow. And then Kate came running out screaming, didn't she, saying they've taken her. So automatically it was classed as an abduction from her. How would she know that? Or was something going on before that? If they're Masons, then they're going to be looking over their shoulders. If you piss one of the masters off, or another lodge or something like that, just a silly thing, they will do things. And they've got people. They're like the mafia. They've got people everywhere. So, did something happen? before they went on holiday within their little cult. That's if, they are in a little cult. Did someone threaten them and they said, we're going to do something, take one of your kids or something, and they did? Why would you say they've taken her? Why would you say that? So the detective was onto a few things, I do believe, and he had to be kept quiet. As soon as as soon as Gordon Brown got involved, the detective was fired. I think something was dodgy was going on there, and I think everyone involved needs to be held to account, in my personal opinion. Yeah, yeah, I think they panicked. But 90 minutes, that's still a very short time to come up with a panic story. But I don't know. I've never done anything like that, and I wouldn't. So so I wouldn't know. But do you know what I mean? 90 minutes thinking of a cock and bull story just to protect themselves. It's disgusting. Just so you know, everybody, I have no intentions of unaliving myself. Okay, so just so you know, I don't trust the McCanns. They like to try and shut anyone up, don't they? That doesn't agree with their narrative. And the whole thing, they just wanted to control the narrative. They wanted to control the whole thing. And Masons are very good at doing that. Anywhere in Butlins and yeah. Oh, I used to love Butlins. No, I mean once or twice a week. Yeah, it just if you want a break from them or you want some alone time with your husband, that's fair enough. But every bloody day, what's the point in having kids if you're just going to toss them off like that? I would never have left my children on their own and go off to get no, even if the and apparently this might be hearsay, but I know the Masons do it. They are apparently they're swingers, so you just don't know. Exactly, get knotted, exactly. So for them just to put their head round the corner as professional doctors isn't very professional, is it? Especially with your own kids and your friends' kids. I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything. I don't think anything like that has come up. But I think if they did, they'd keep that very hush. Perhaps I didn't agree with what Candle did to me. Jason wrote a comment to say so, Candle. Who's dark side? They block anyone who doesn't agree with their bullying. Yeah. I was getting very sorry for late comment on the other stuff. No, you're right. Yeah, it was. It was negligent. Blah, 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 however you say it. It was, yeah, that poor girl. Do you think so, Jen? I don't think so. It's the thing in the eye, isn't it? I don't. Oh yes, the baby monitor. Apparently, I wouldn't even. Apparently, actually, how did I miss that? I wrote it in my notes, or is it that part that I can't read because I was rushing? Apparently, one of the friends or at home or the Tapas 7 was saying that they did have a high expensive baby monitor. Well, that didn't work, did it? I mean, come on, even with a baby monitor from that far away, my God, if a kid's choking, you're going to have to run. And there's always that possibility that you could trip over and fall in the pool, and then everyone will have to jump in and save you. So, you don't leave your kid that far away if you're at home or in a foreign country. I'm sorry, but social services should be having words with them. It is not acceptable. Irresponsible parents. They could afford. Yeah, exactly. They could. What they could have done is what normal rich middle class people do: is take the nanny with them. Yeah, they are. Mm, they are. Yeah, so they probably know how to cover up things as any of us. Yeah, exactly. We'd be all over the papers in a bad way. It's not fair. Oh yes, her mum is an anaesthetist. Yeah, could be a sibling where two twins conceived by. I don't know. They saw their daughter as yeah, exactly. Yeah, an inconvenience. A beautiful little girl as shocking. After the evidence, I wondered if the parents had knocked her out but gave too much. Trouble is, how would they have disposed of her? Has to be third. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Mm. Or Gerry just was very, very quick because there was the fridge situation. That is no. The Met Police, if anything, should be asking Gerry more tough questions. Why did you remove the fridge? Why? Why would he do that the night Maddie died or the next day, whenever it was? Doesn't matter. That's just like so obvious. Yeah, child neglect. It's disgusting. Did you know that McCanns were great friends with a lot of TV producers? And exactly, yeah, yeah. So they had everything in the palm of their hand, really, to get away with it. They had been poor, they would have been prosecuted. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have read that he has. I do believe he is. I do believe he is, and maybe some. I don't know if she was genuinely abducted, then they must have pissed off someone from a different lodge for that to happen. But I believe they killed her. Asking why they didn't come. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Even a 3-year-old, even younger than that, 2-year-old would understand. Hang on a sec, I'm just being abandoned here. It's disgusting. Social services need it's with the social services in the UK though, they pick and choose. One of my friends used to work in social services and she left after a few years. She didn't like one, the red tape, and two, the corruption involved. We need to reform social services. I know, and Tricky told Sad not to send screenshot and stuff, then thanked someone for sending him something. Murray said on Michelle's channel, didn't they? Yeah, I can't stand that. Yeah, they just make me sick. Yeah, there's something fishy going on, and I hope the truth comes out. How we know who used to give their children Benacol? God. Yeah, exactly. Dogs don't lie, especially those dogs. That's what they're trained for. What's the point in getting those dogs over there from the UK, specially trained, and then just like say, "Oh no, go away." We'll just say there's not enough, no evidence to match that. In a normal environment, in a normal situation, a homicide situation, we could understand that. But this, no. There's so many questions. Honestly, there's too many questions with this, and not enough answers. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think she's definitely dead. Because if anything, even if she got abducted and the people, when she got a bit older, dyed her hair, she has strong genes, hasn't she, Maddie? All the three kids did. They because Gerry and Kate had strong facial like genes, so you could recognise her from a mile off, even if they did the abductors dyed her hair or something, and especially the thing in the eye. I don't think that would ever go. I think that would permanently be in there. Do you think? I'm no expert, but there's a thing with the eye, especially so. Whoever did it would have to make sure she was unalived, purely because people in the future would recognise her because of the eye. I really wanted to get arrested because the McCann refused to give her. DNA. Yeah, that Julie was bloody weird though, wasn't she? Apparently she made a habit of doing that. I don't know what else she'd done, but apparently before she started on the Maddie, she'd done it to another couple who genuinely lost their son or went missing or something. Tennis next day. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's mm, yeah, his behaviour was very sus. He lived with himself. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Even Kate's mother wrote a article saying she could shake all of them, the Tapas Seven and Gerry and Kate, all of them, she said. But then obviously she went further to like defend them kind of thing. So, but she's right. She's right. She had every right to say that. Gordon Brown's brother lived on the same street as one of the party and was on holiday with. How convenient. Yep. Possible that checks were for giving top up knockout drug. It's horrible theory, but not in, no, exactly. That's right. I said it's £60 and that's too much from the fund. You're joking. So it was £60. I mean, if anything, £60 is peanuts to them people, especially the money they've raised from the Maddie Fund. £60. Although we all knew that Julie was not Maddie, it's obvious, but £60, not even just to shut her up. Nah, that's weird. She washed Cuddle Cat. What? Exactly. If your child's genuinely gone missing and you're genuinely mourning, you would want to keep their smell on everything, wouldn't you? Very weird. Yeah. Mm. I went jogging the next morning. How? Oh, for good. I know sometimes to get frustration out, you have to do a bit of exercise, but you'd be numb, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to move. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I never woke up. Yeah, I just believe they drugged all the kids. I think they're all terrible parents. Didn't they have a key to church and they put fridge in the church? Hang on. Right, let's Google that quickly. Because another thing, if they, for example, like Screw said that Gordon Brown, did you say he was living out there? If they knew someone out there with another, like a spare apartment, or they may have had a spare apartment or knew of a spare place, that they could have put the body in there. Hang on. Let's look at something quick. Hang on. What did you say? Didn't they have a key to a church? Right. Did the what did the McCanns confess to Father Joe? Right. Former. Right. Let's just look at this quickly. Oh no! I have to consent. I don't like consenting. Right. What's this? Former Maddie investigator makes another shocking claim about her disappearance. Who was working as a member of the Portuguese police service at the time of Maddie's disappearance, has even written a book about. Yeah, we know about that. He said in the interview that Maddie's body was hidden in the coffin of a British woman and cremated. He claims that a church at which Kate and Gerry played is the key to her final disappearance. He claims that three people went into. I think this is it. Remove, present. I think this is what you were talking about, CC. Share screen. Share screen. Oh, bloody need binoculars. This is ridiculous, StreamYard. You need to do better. Yeah, it says here he claims that a church at which Kate and Gerry played is the key to her final disappearance. I'm not going to say the name because I know that he's people are still going after him for the McCann fans. He claims that three people went into the church on the night of Maddie's disappearance. They had a box with them, and a British woman was to be cremated. According to him, the McCanns had keys to the church. On May 3rd, a family holiday in Pride Deluge, yeah, we know that. The three children were 2-year-olds were left behind in an apartment without adult supervision, yeah. According to reports, one of the staff members at the resort called the parents at the restaurant because one of the children, probably Madeleine, had been crying for her father for more than an hour. If they had a baby monitor, they would have heard that. So is the baby monitor story another lie? This was 9 days before Maddie's theatre referenced by public as Maddie's third birthday. And yeah, this just gets. Oh, here we go. Conspiracy theories. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there we go. Then CC. They had keys to a church. They put Maddie in the coffin. Bastards. Clement Fraud lived in Port. Who's Clement Fraud? The fact she ran down to the party, leaving her other babies alone after she suspected intruders had taken Maddie. Yeah, it's very weird. Again, even if she had a baby monitor, she could have used it as a walkie-talkie at that point. Yeah, they know she ain't coming home. Bastards. I revealed on my old channel that the McCanns let the security on the official Find Maddie website lapse. The site continued to sell books and take down. Yeah, all about money. It's just greed. As who decided Mo was that today? Tricky or Fiona to say it was some. They're only saying it's Mo because Mo is talking about them again. They're desperate to blame whoever for being Atalanta because they can't find out who she is. Well, I presume it's a woman. It types like a woman. Exactly, especially that young. I mean, what about if one of them wanted to get up to the toilet and fell over and hit their head? Luna Griffith, you're a top member for a few seconds, but quite another to willfully abandon your children. Yeah, it's really bad. There's a lot of innocent men in prison. You posted about Fiona. Yeah, I'm sure you put something out about that the other day, Screwed. I can't remember. Was it you? Yeah, Nicola Bully. We'll have to go to Nicola Bully and Jay Slater as well. I used to do Jay Slater on TikTok, and then I got busy and I forgot. But I know Wax Unfiltered is doing a lot on that. He's a good investigator. I said they did something the first day I saw it. Yeah, it was so dodgy from the start. Yeah, exactly. I don't think the amount of lies Fifi tells, I don't think she can believe if she said she walked up to the post office. Yeah, exactly. Bloody cheek. £60. Oh, it's what I think was said in Michelle's chat tonight. Oh, Susie, Fifi says someone tried to snatch her daughter. Yeah. Trevor confidently declared it today. I'll be quickly backed up by Canada, who was claiming only 3 days ago that. Oh yeah, they blamed Ross for being Atalanta a few years ago, didn't? Oh, for goodness sake! But they still haven't proved it, though, have they? The amount of times we have said the last couple of months we want to see evidence of your claims, and they still go ahead and just not do it. You can't keep accusing people of being Atalanta without evidence to prove it. Yeah, exactly. Fiona reckons she caught someone trying to snatch Faith back in 2003 in the same town where Maddie was later taken. She didn't. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Why didn't you report it, Fifi? And if it was rife for all that, although the Portuguese authorities probably know that, and really they should warn tourists and do it the right thing like that. But obviously they didn't because they're scared of losing money. But why didn't you report it, Fifi? Hmm, suspicious. Do we have to add you onto the Tapas 7? Are you the invisible snatcher? I think you'd do anything for money as well. Mm. Julie recorded all her phone calls with the police. She has released them. Oh, where is that then, Grace? Did she do a YouTube channel? I don't believe it. Fiona is a yeah. She rides off the back of other people's misery or crime or something. She's a liar. Yeah, she always has to make. Yeah, she does anything for attention. Yeah, that's how sick she is. I mean, we've seen how she acted since Graham died, using that card every single day and using it for blackmail and manipulation. You can't trust a word she says. Really approaching Gerry and Kate, they carry on like they know Maddie isn't. Yeah, exactly. Mm, yeah, they know. And I think one of them will slip up. I don't think it will be Gerry. I think it will be Kate. They got away with it for a while and thought the kids would be okay. Well, they were, yeah, exactly. They got too cocky, didn't they? Exactly. But if it was any of us, it would have been a different story. No, no, no more. None of us normal people believe anything Fifi says. Yeah, exactly. Fiona is one of those when you've got a cold, she's got, yeah, exact, yeah. She likes to mirror, doesn't she? She's a typical narcissist. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, most of them are. I used to clean when I had the cleaning business. We used to clean for a lot of rich people, and every single one of them rich people weren't what I thought they were. They were really kind, very, very generous. Some of them hadn't even met my daughter or Kelly's kids, and they asked us when our birthdays were, when our kids' birthdays were, and they were very generous. I'm not saying how much or what, very generous on those birthdays and at Christmas as well. And they used to invite us to their like summer barbecues and stuff. So not all rich people are snobby. I do believe um, it's more the middle class people. The rich people aren't snobby. Most of the middle class people are snobby for some weird reason. But the rich people, from my experience, they've worked bloody hard to get where they are. They started at the bottom. Lady I used to clean just down the road, she said, I was in your position once, Sarah, you know, single parent, blah, blah, blah. And she worked right up to the top in her job. Then she left that, started her own curtain business. She done bloody well for herself. And that's why mostly the rich aren't snobby, because they work effing hard to make their business or whatever they're doing a success. My friend, sorry, my daughter's friend, her dad used to work in oil. He was extremely generous to my daughter, and he was mega mega rich. You know what? Oh, and I made a joke once. I said, "Leah, see if he's got a brother." But do you know what I mean? From my experience of there was only one lady. She had the biggest house of them all, and we used to call her Mrs. G because her name was actually a name you really couldn't pronounce properly, and we tried to pronounce it, and she kept telling us off. There was only one, and she was a right snob. She was mega rich, but she was a snob, and I took Kelly out of that house in the end because she really treated Kelly bad. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't Kelly, it was Alison. Um, Treated Alison quite badly, and I rang her up and I said, "You don't treat my staff like that. I'm taking her out. You're going to have to find another cleaning business." And so I put Alison with Kelly in another town down the road. It was really really bad. She even accused Alison of stealing. Guess what? She accused Alison of stealing. I'll let you guess while I scroll down to the bottom. Yes, I had a friend like her. If I had a bad day, she had yeah. Oh, people like that are so annoying. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it was slime. Crosby, that was a counsellor. That could that be Candle before? We'll have to have a look at that. No, she can't lie straight. Not perfect, no. But guess what? Mrs. G accused Alison of stealing. And my response, I'll tell you my response. It was hilarious. The local police were adamant it was the parents that started. Yeah, exactly. They were bullied, being told that they were being lazy, not looking out. It was the parents who started campaigns. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Very suspicious. It seems people use holidays or honeymoons to kill their spouses. Yeah. Yeah, it goes on quite a lot, really, doesn't it? Maybe we don't hear enough about it. What is this? What is his sister called? Mind you, his sister hasn't done anything wrong to us, so we better leave her alone. They will have been thinking of, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, but I couldn't be treated by Gerry or Kate after that. She has said the same mark on the eye she has, same birthmarks. Why wouldn't they do Julie Hadwick? Yeah, even if it was to shut Julia up, £60 nothing. Just even though we all know it's not her, just do it to shut her up. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, they are. They are scary. Sometimes they can be a bit more scary than the mafia, in my personal opinion. I think it really affected Kate. She looks older than. Yeah, you could tell with Kate that she was getting skinnier. But then again, how do we know that Gerry didn't say to her, "Look, stop eating for a couple of days, make yourself look a bit older," or he may have given her something to keep her down. You don't know because the women, remember, we've said it so many times, women are the more sensitive sex, and especially with the children. Although obviously they didn't mean that much to her, but phew, something like this he would have needed to give her something, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, not fact, obviously, for the McCann fans out there that might attack me. Um, if anyone was going to slip, it was going to be her. I think he was quite controlling over her. Eyes look haunted. Yep. Hi, April. How are you doing? No, don't worry. The sun came out, so oh, good for you. I bet it was lovely in the pool. Mhm. Yeah, it could have all been it. It could have all been panic because they knew they'd dug a massive hole for themselves straight away, and they kept digging, didn't they? And she was obviously in a right state of panic. So I think Gerry probably had words for her and said, "Look, love, take some of this and just keep your mouth shut." What if that happened? Well, you never know. You don't know, do you? But you could be onto something. Two clever brains run a basic story and then spend time thinking on details while police are running. Yeah, true. Hmm. Exactly. I think the initial panic was the 90 minutes, wasn't it? The 90 minutes, any normal parent would be ringing the authorities up saying help, you know. But no, she went running around. They've taken her. They've taken her. So that itself, they've taken her, is either they were she knew something may happen, or before they went on holiday, something happened and someone was threatening them. But why say they've taken her? So I don't know. Platters and Pontes did babysitting. I still wouldn't know exactly. Yeah, I knew what you meant. We all knew what you meant. Gerry worked and still works for British Hot. I wouldn't trust him for advice. He knows how to stop bloody hearts. Personally, I don't know. I know some restaurants aren't keen on young kids being there screaming and shouting, whatever, but they could have taken it in turns, couldn't they? They could have had Jerry and Kate babysitting all the kids and staying in the apartment with the kids, getting a takeaway or something one night. And do you know what I mean? I don't know. I know that sounds a bit extreme, but did Jerry work at a football club with boy? Oh God, I don't know. I'll have to look at that for next time. I couldn't afford holidays when my kids were young. Yeah, but Pam, you were probably working all the time, trying to afford it. You know what it's like. It's not fair, is it? Yeah, Butlins back in the day used to be really good. Be her parents won't give her. Yeah. Well, her parents were saying that she's basically mentally ill psychopath and that she does this all the time. Jane McCann got a cats? No. I don't know if they've got cats. Am I dreaming, or didn't the parents say at the start Maddie would have nightmares and so may have one? Oh yes, I think they did. If so, would you leave? Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't. Oh my God, if you know your child is prone to sleepwalking, you just don't. Oh my God, it gets worse. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure I heard that. Listening and reading comments while rebounding. Yeah, no, you're right, Denise. I feel like I read there was something on her pillow that would make her sleep. Yeah, they could have put I wouldn't say essential oil because I don't think these essential oils do help people go to sleep, but they would have been able to have access to liquid that could easily help someone fall asleep. So yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, there's a lot of people involved by the sounds of it. Oh no, British Heart Foundation is a charity that looks after people's hearts. I think. Can't remember now. Please found traces. Yeah. Yeah, so why the Met covering for them? That's what we need to know, isn't it? The Portuguese police found all the evidence basically, and they got told to shut up. We'll have to. Yeah, exactly. Hmm. And there was another little boy. A woman came out. Was he called Ben? That had gone missing years and years and years ago, and she never got half as much help with finding him because she was working class, and she said about that on the news, I think, or wrote an article about it somewhere. But that wasn't put out to the public, isn't the mother? I think Kate's just a general doctor, if I'm right. Why would you remove a fridge? Yeah, exactly. Why remove a fridge? Oh yeah, they had a key to the church. We just read that, didn't we? Yeah. Oh, middle class, outside class. I don't know. It's just all so gross, isn't it? Nurses did and check and report said good. Oh, they probably did. They probably just to shut the public up. They probably the social services probably did say, "Oh, we better say something just to shut everyone up." Because social services, there's Masons in social services as well. Um, yeah, it might. Yeah, it might be your internet. Are you rural? Hi Lottie, how you doing? After he realised Maddie was gone and window was open, he ran to get Kate. But if you think she's kidnapped, why would he leave the twins for? Yeah, exactly. Nothing adds up about that. Live with me. I dread them leaving. That's why I make it cosy for them. God, no, you're not sad. You're not sad. You're a good parent and grandparent, and that's really it's really sweet that you've done that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they are corrupt as hell. We try going out and come back in. Yeah, try and yeah, do that and refresh. See if it's better. My daughter never slept. She would have cried and ran afterwards, but as you say, could have given. Yeah, I reckon they did give her something, and she died from it. Never slept. Oh no, we've done that one. Why isn't that working? Oh, for goodness sake! I keep saying I'm going to buy the house next door for my son. And toddle back. Yeah, that would be sweet. Yeah, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? If you could do that. And saying the kids all shared the same tooth. Yeah, that's very yeah. As a doctor, would a doctor really allow that? Didn't they smell something in the I think it I think the dog smelt the blood, some sort of yeah, I think it was blood they smelt. A relationship between Kate and Maddie was fraught with issues apparently. Maddie was believed to be hyperactive or had a yeah, so no wonder they didn't want her around. Poor girl. Strong genes after his dad and family, you would have noticed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's so suspicious. I mean, they couldn't have been more obvious. And like you said, if that was one of us, as soon as we got back to the UK, we would have been hounded. Get YouTube to play. That's weird, Arby. Was it Maddie hard work? Yeah. Yeah, I know sometimes your kids can be hard work and you just want to, I don't know, shout at them, tell them to shut up. But I think Kate and Gerry went too far. I mean, they're doctors. They should have got help if Maddie was hyperactive and stuff. They would have got help and not just chucked her away and got on pillow. And that's why police doctors with access. I'm sure that's the story. Yeah, exactly. It's also obvious, isn't it? And the detective got sacked for stating the obvious, and they treated him terribly. There was a rumour Maddie found evidence of one of her parents having an affair, allegedly. Well, I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, they are all corrupt. Hi Nola, how you doing? Those folk keep clear of the minibar in their rooms whilst on holiday. Jerry, yeah, exactly. Supposed to be. Yes, yeah, I did hear that as well. So maybe that's why they wanted to get rid of the kids because they wanted to have swinging sessions. 10 million. 10 million knowing that your daughter's dead. And where's that money coming from? Probably half of it taxpayer, because I do remember, oh, there was a great big uproar because the McCanns demanded a few million from the government, basically taxpayers' money. God. No, you're all right. No, Nola, don't need to be sorry. I know it's terrifying to think what happened to that beauty. Yeah, She was a beautiful little girl. It's fine if only she left and when mortgage paid off. Was it paid? Yeah, it was. It was paid off with the funds. Bastards. What an insult to do that. I watched Joan's video of their house about a week ago. The whole back roof is covered in solar panels. Oh God. You couldn't make this up, could you? They just seem to be getting richer and richer off the death of their daughter. Involvement with the missing people. Oh, you're yeah, I forgot about that. Disgusting. I hope someone in that charity asked her a few tough questions. Oh no, they better not. She'll probably go missing. He or she'll probably go missing. There was a controversy at the time about mortgage being paid off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and everyone can't be wrong. Everyone can't be wrong. All the money they got. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The whole yeah. Haven't looked distraught in the slightest. No. I mean, I know we all act differently. I know when emotionally you're in a way mourning, you do have times when you just go completely numb and it's like a poker face. You can't cry, you can't laugh, you can't even eat. Literally, you can't eat. You just physically can't swallow food because of the numbness, that sort of pain. So either Kate was genuinely numb at that point and couldn't eat, couldn't swallow. I mean, that's why she looked uh, was getting skinnier, or the fact that she was numb because of the whole situation. She knows what she oh, that woman, she needs to hang her head in shame. I know, it's so long ago. It only seems like yesterday. Is everyone shouting Fifi? You'd be right. Yeah. Other children go missing that. Yeah, exactly. They don't get the same attention. It's definitely a woman too clever to yeah. Cats. Ben Needham, that's it. Yeah, and his mum mentioned that, and I'm glad she did. You need to shut your device. Yeah, you may have to switch your internet off from the modem thingamajig. Well, Atalanta is the person that started exposing Tricky. Then they started exposing Feral, and Tricky and Feral didn't like it, so they had to go around all different YouTubers saying it was saying they were Atalanta. Nona hates and is jealous of Molly, and Tricky is livid because she rejected him. So both want revenge. It's yeah, ridiculous. Yes, my latest video. Am I really behind with the chat? Why does this case get so much money and attention? All that, yeah, it's all about the money now, isn't it? They're just getting richer and richer. It's wrong. Yeah, we'll get on to we'll do a bit of Jace later on Monday. We'll do that first, and then if there's World War IV going on, we'll do that after. No, don't. No, thank you for coming back, Denise. Don't worry about it. Right, I'm just scrolling down. Oh dear, I have bit get knotted. It goes back way before it. I was around, but I believe Atalanta is on a mission to bring. Yeah, she ended up going after Fiona to others. Yeah, you do have a channel then. Yeah, yeah. Her Avril's channel is her name on Fifth and Grace Tarot. I can say Maddie was hard work. Going to get Kate's sister to have Maddie. Oh, I don't know. Look, it's on Sean Atwood. I don't like him, but I was always yeah, I don't like Sean either, but sometimes you have to listen, don't you? Oh, Graham, she was always says he was about yeah. Exactly. And yet again, they've done it again, haven't they? Blaming somebody else for being Atalanta with no evidence to back it up. What are they just hoping, because they can't prove it, and like we know, they've all lied about their proof, alleged proof before, you know, when Ferrell's come on and said, oh, we know exactly who it is. What a load of shit. Are they just hoping that they can bully someone that much that that victim will just say, oh, I'll just say it's me, just to get people off my back? I think that's what they're hoping. Well, it's not going to happen. And I can't believe they've still got the cheek to do it. And Molly definitely is not Atalanta. Atalanta. I will categorically say Molly is not Atalanta. She doesn't seem to have a no. I think she's just badly mentally ill, that one. I think I said before, didn't I? Apparently she's done it to a couple of people, claimed that she was the daughter or niece or whatever, or aunt or mother. But yeah, she did come out some quite wacky stuff. Right, I'm gonna have to go soon, guys. I will definitely be surprised. Yeah, go and sub to Avril's channel. Could have been a family member a long time ago. I've forgotten. Right, I think if you listen to Julia, you would see she's not a mad as media. I do think, this is just my opinion on Julia, I do think she's very, very mentally ill, and she did come out with some wacky stuff, but I think because sometimes some mentally ill people can be quite intelligent. Very intelligent people are more prone to having breakdowns because of the intelligence. They can't cope with it. So could it been a case that Julia was a very intelligent young girl, and she had a breakdown, and now her brain's a bit fried because she couldn't handle it? Intelligent people do have breakdowns because their brains are always on 100 miles an hour. They can't handle it. Right, so she's still in prison. What's she in prison for? Being a Fruit Loop? Oh, yeah, what happened with the whole big thing? I found it to find. Oh, for good. Yeah, what happened to the 5K, Tricky? Yeah, Tricky. I'm handing myself in. Give me the 5K. I'm Atalanta. Where's the 5K? I want the money first before I give you the evidence. Oh, I love her. She is my favourite actor. Oh, brilliant. Really kind of says the working class and Supertos get along well, and it's the middle class. Yeah, that's true. Gertie said today she's still waiting for her. Oh, yeah, she ain't gonna get. I'm still waiting for my letter, Avril. I'm still waiting. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's just her facial expressions as well. She done the most, and poor Elizabeth. Oh, it's just such a shame that good things have to end. Yeah, exactly, Cece. And they wouldn't even give her 60 quid just to shut her up. Yeah, they were. They were all good actors, weren't they? Actually, some rich are good to me. Get the odd one or two that are pay takers, ended up leaving them ones and didn't feel. No, exactly. Yeah, never feel guilt if you're walking away. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the stress of lying. Yeah. Yeah, Onslow was good. I loved Daisy. She was good as well. She was always getting excited, wasn't she? Remember what he said in an interview when Lady said, "Some people think you killed Maddie." He said, "Well, we must have hidden body work." Oh my God, what a thing to say! Oh yeah, of course they would. That was the whole game all along. Tricky, tricky. They come up with an idea. They knew they'd never find out who Atalanta is. Um, they've got never any evidence to back anything up, any of their claims about any of the YouTubers they've gone after. And so they said, right, I've got some money. We'll say we'll do a 5K bounty, and then we'll say we know who it is, or they'll make up that they've had an email with evidence or some shit like that. It's so easy to do, isn't it? Do they really think we were that stupid? There was never a 5K bounty. And if there was, you give me the money first and I'll hand myself in. Yeah, Elizabeth, she was brilliant. Oh my God, goodness knows. How many YouTubers haven't they gone after? To say she knows who it is, I'm starting to think it's more than one person. And he'll be scrolling through your name, could be. Yeah, yeah, be careful, Pam. Oh, hang on, Pam. Aren't you famous with Bron? I'm sure I saw someone sent me something day before yesterday, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a check after it, and you are now famous on Twitter because Bron, I think you were having a conversation with Screwed, and Bron wasn't, and Pink Rinse wasn't happy, so you're famous now, so watch your back. They might say you're Atalanta next year. And no, she was blowing smoke up his ass. Oh God. Yes, sorry, Jen. YouTube have decided to put mid-roll ads in the lives now. Oh, you're already starting to get famous, Pam. This is brilliant. It's really funny and brilliant when YouTubers themselves get famous and get all this malarkey going. But it's even more funnier when they're subs and chat people, their loyal fans start getting famous. It's brilliant. It's so funny. Given a crisis media offered by. Oh yes, this chap conveniently a knack of quickly being on the scene at major tragedies like Hills. And that Mark Williams, he had to come in and control the narrative, didn't he? He was a bent cop because he tried it on with the Jay Slater thing as well, and I had to go at him on my TikToky, and I dug right back into his history, and people were going mad. He's a bent cop. He's a bent cop. 9 minutes. I'll be running around screaming her name. Yeah, exactly. I'd be straight on the phone to 911, wouldn't you? Not leaving it 90 minutes, knowing that that's the crucial hour. There's some candle I wanted to. Oh my God. Oh God, Cece, that's terrible. As he always lurking in the background. Yeah, exactly, Els Bells. Definitely. They would have had to preserve it somehow, especially in the summer. She was in the dark in her kitchen one night when she spoke about it and said she knows who it is. Who was in the dark in the kitchen? Now getting ads and they are stopping your video playing. Oh God, sorry guys. I'm gonna have to check my settings after this because I know YouTube sometimes put mid-roll ads in on the lives. I'm going to see if there's a setting that I can turn it off. Well, yeah, Atalanta wants to remain an enigma. I'm Atalanta, and I want to remain as a enigma, and I want the 5K first. And fair enough. They're just pissed that she's exposing everyone. I'm 20 dog here. I'd be best beside myself. Yeah, yeah. Into her about us calling her drink. Oh yeah, I think it was about you calling, saying that Fifi drinks a lot. Well, she does. You're only pointing out the obvious and the truth. Oh yeah, Pink Rinse accused me of reporting her for pretending to be the Princess of Wales. Well, no, I bloody didn't. Clickbait so far talking about Catherine, but she was, yeah, exactly. Homophobe card scribe Nazi. Oh yeah, yeah, he's going to use that card now. Yeah, exactly. No medical professional, even if your family, same DNA, whatever, you wouldn't risk it. She's on a few bottles now. Yeah. Yeah, I think Fifi's been drunk ever since we started exposing her. Oh, how people watch it. Yeah. I mean, by for dental hygiene info, as shown this up from it. Yeah. Right, where are we? He never calls out Don. Exactly. It's suit you, sir, with them lot, isn't it? It was because Kate wasn't she would know how to put someone to sleep. Oh yeah, I mean even general doctors just know how to put someone to sleep. The signal round here, because I'm rural, it's horrendous. Did anyone see them bombing on Michelle's earlier? She's Fifi. I didn't see her name in chat. Oh, she's got so many accounts. Yeah, exactly. You can't sleep, you can't eat. Yeah. They found Ben's remains not that long ago. I don't know. I'll have to have a look at that. Now that I used to believe tricking. I know. A lot of people are saying the same, Jen. Might be worth checking what newsworthy stories, laws and bills went under the radar at night. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, dig into that, Screwed, and do a video on it. But at least you're being good today, Screwed. Something on tricking. Oh yeah, she's got a lot on them too. Yeah, you did, Julianne. You used to get on a mission when we all first started, remember? That was funny. But at least you were funny with it. You weren't abusive, you were just funny. It's not going a couple of years back then. Like, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying the same thing. What you said you would tell us YouTube channel is that guy who said you would tell us YouTube channel. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Screwed. Because you're here, what's the YouTube channel of the old geezer? So I don't have to get out of here because I've got to get down this chat. Yeah, I remember he blocked you, didn't he, Julianne? Beryl has that smug look when she says it's coming to you. We know who you are. She doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. She never learns, does she? Maybe for Fifi, and she goes on Michelle's streams. I don't watch Michelle's. I don't know. Do you mean didn't see the? Yeah, so dodgy. Mm, yeah, he shouldn't be allowed on YouTube. Why are not the subs of Tricky and Boat Woman not questioned? Yeah, exactly. You would have like we said months and months ago. At the point, at least a year ago, their subs should have been saying, "Well, hang on a sec. You've been promising us this evidence for so long, but still now you haven't showed us anything. What's really going on?" But they don't think logically, do they? As a grifter, just like Megan. Yeah, he's just like them. Yeah. Lady of the house speaking. And when she used to get the Chinese prank calls. Oh, she's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, yeah, the dog. Fancy putting a poor dog in the car. Oh, let's not forget he called late. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh God. Oh God, he's going after Molly now, is he? And it so the old geezer is gonna start stalking Molly now. Oh my God. If you went to police shouting you'd been robbed and then kept pointing out different people saying it's him, her, definitely the one over there, except police would know you're. Yeah, exactly. Right, I'm going quicker now, guys. Hi Joe, how you doing? Oh, how did you get on there? Was it good? Oh no, apparently he won a thing with the MOD, but he didn't. That's a lie. Everyone said I'm all over it, and I'm not on there. Yeah. Oh yeah. She meant Pink Rinse meant because she's posting you everywhere. Did anyone see the skunk and weasel trying to make dolls out of Veronica? Who writes about their abducted little? Who writes about the abducted little girl's private area? Yeah, exactly. She's hiding because I confronted him yesterday on Molly's live. I told him I want an apology because he shit stirred about me on the panel on Candles Live Tuesday, where a guy on the panel said he wanted to. Oh my giddy aunt! Was his name Tyler by any chance, CC? Didn't see Tricky in a car showroom today, acting like he was going to buy one. Honestly, he would. Trick is that sort of guy that would rent out or sit in a Bentley, for example, and say, "Oh, look at the car I've just bought." Swat. Along for a shrimp. No, it slagged me off on Candor's live Tuesday, and a guy said he was. Oh God, that's weird. Candor's can girls. That's a good one. Why does all YouTubers get involved with an argue? Oh, for goodness sake. It's them. Kate has earrings in. Who can even put makeup on? I'd be yeah, exactly. I wouldn't want to even blooming talk. Michelle was Moffat. Have you taken her off? As I found when Michelle was telling Ruthann to put the hammer on me on one of her streams, and I don't know if she's blocked me or what. Yeah, she used to mod for me, but now I've got the hang of everything. I don't need any mods. I was toying with the idea of putting up a photo of me. Okay, yeah, exactly. It's better to stay anonymous, in my opinion. Can't flip over to Fifi. Look now, I might not be able to get. Oh yeah, gosh, yeah. Right, I'm gonna do this quickly, guys. Denise, he was completely lying as well. Yeah, she does. She does it every night and feel like crap the next morning. And Olga even said on Candace, he's not even interested in having me. So what the fuck? Yeah, well, it's just weird. I just think some YouTubers just pick up stalkers that aren't interested in anything, but oh, this old geezer guy sounds like a right Fruit Loop. I don't mind ad hugely, but it's taking me ages to get. Yeah, I'm going to see if anything's going on with my settings. I'll have a look after this. Right, hang on. Jenny and me got YouTube problems. Oh, okay. Oh, screwed left. Right, there. Oh, that's it. I'll put this one up. That's the YouTube channel. Did you? Trick is always upsetting Molly. Had any integrity, he'd release them. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah. Oh dear, Joe, you do make me laugh. I was something's wrong. Don't go there, like never again. Have no voice. Oh God. Did you poop your pants? Yeah, where is Tyler today? Screwed. Who's Tyler? I think it's a woman. I think it's one of my recent opponents that is a psychotic. Oh yeah, she's a churchgoer. She pretends in real life that she's a perfect little Christian, but online she's a right devil. That's what I call her boat woman. She's not well. Yeah, exactly. She looks like the sort that hang around the ports. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's the sort of thing you'd do. Definitely. Remember when Trevor blamed his neighbour for everything? He's moved now, so who will? Is he? Oh, is he moved? Oh, okay. I bet he ain't. Hi, Gareth. At least Trevor is predictable. Oh, you poor me. Can remember someone took him to task in a shop and he near shit. Yes, I remember that. Yep. Story was he was going to take all they had. Needs to say no, exactly. It didn't happen. It was in Aldi, wasn't it? This is what I mean. When you face these people in real life, they'll just cower and call the police. Help me! Help me! Help me! I have a stalker, and then he'll go on his YouTube. Oh my God! My stalker's following me around. Oh God! Yeah, they do go on about their mods apparently. Tricky said today his new neighbours recognise. Oh, yeah, what a load of old shit that is. I could probably name 10 YouTubers they've called out. Yeah, 10. Say let's say 10 so far. Wonder who they're going to go for next. Right, good. I think we're at the bottom. And that old flat clip behind the pen. Yes, if he has moved, and the new people, yeah, like who just said it? Oh God, Cece. Oh God, why hasn't it put it on? Yes, that's true. Gwen's been missing. Gwen's gone missing. Yeah, he normally loses his teeth almost, doesn't he? But it was a line out. It actually, yeah, exactly. Using that being said, I don't take YouTube. Yeah, exactly, Gareth. But it's when they go into people's real lives and defamate them, defame them on their channels, and then get their little fly monkeys to stalk them and stalk them in real life, and that's where it goes too far. So she won't be putting hammer on me then here. That's good to know. She got eggy. I wrote something Candor said himself was weird. Kaz was amongst it, of course. Kaz, who runs from here. Oh, right. Okay. I like Fox's John. He's a lovely young. Yeah. Yeah. He is good. He has no chance of accusing anyone where showing me a receipt. Yeah, exactly. He's never got any receipts. It's all lies. Kaz doesn't run from anywhere I be. Oh, I don't know what's going on. When Gwen was on the lie, someone should have told her to blink twice if she was in danger. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Or apparently now you can do something with your hands, but in my opinion, that's a bit too obvious, isn't it? Right, guys, what's the time? Yikes, I better go. Right, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you for joining me. Oh, you didn't guess what Mrs. G accused Alison of stealing. She accused Alison of stealing a dust cloth. Can you believe it? So I got on the phone to her, said to her I'll be removing Alison from her house and she'll have to hire another cleaning company. And I said, if you're that worried about a £1 bloody yellow duster thing, sell one of your bloody Bentleys. I said, then I'll put the phone down on her. Bloody rude. That woman was awful. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, nice seeing you too, Denise. Thank you. Exactly, yeah, a dust cloth. So I said, if you're that worried about it, because she kept going, oh, it costs money. And I said, really? I said, well, if you're that worried about money, sell one of your bloody Bentleys. She had 2 Bentleys and she's worried about a dust cloth. Honestly. Bye, Joe. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh, hang on. You were in the stream. Michelle told her fan to put a hammer on me, and I was found it after we chatted about it. Well, it's up to you, isn't it, RB? But if you're getting treated like that, I don't blame you for not going on there. Right, thank you, Avril. Thank you, Pam, Joe, Julianne, Get Knotted, Screwed, Jenny. Who else? Kaz and Denise. Anyone? RB, Gareth. Anyone I've missed? CC. Thank you all for joining me, and I will hopefully see you all on Monday. Thank you, Kaz. Been good, and I'm amazed you managed your magic topic. I know. See, that was self-discipline there, Kaz. Right, thank you, guys. Have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you all on Monday. Take care. Have a good weekend.